So paint can skip is apparently we use the old. At least I use the old method. Hyper used the new method because he's Hyper and I'm me. So the new method is the slide jump. The slide jump.
It's pretty tight to time it to get enough sprint in to be able to slide on the paint can before you like fall off.
Is this the default spawn for the paint can too?
Yeah, it's about default. Yeah, it should be.
Okay. And then this would be the how to mash. This is
mashing out of the tube.
Yeah, keyboard and mouse. If you have not played with a controller, don't. You have an advantage. This is
controller has a few advantages in the game. I'm not really going to get into listing any of them, but there's definitely a few spots where controller has advantage, but I think the large majority keyboard has an advantage because you can hold W and move your mouse to control your character, and you can go in any direction at all, and it's like so much easier to control than using a joystick. I actually bring my mouse hand off the mouse and use that hand to spam space and shift, and I do them at the same time, just spamming my hand up and down, my whole hand, instead of like using my actual fingers. I put my fingers and then I move my whole hand up and down. A really important thing though is whenever you're doing one of those spammy mashy things out of a vacuum, you can't jump or dash into the vacuum, or else you're not going to have your jump and dash when you come out. Yeah, I like to call this one the tube climb.
Tube climb. First off, I would like to mention in this part, this is abnormal. Okay, so don't feel bad if you can't do this. Most of the time, both people don't make it there. You don't have to restart.
Yeah, we literally farmed this clip so that both of us made it.
Yeah.
I didn't take us exceptionally long, but yeah, in a normal run, both people don't have to make it. And it's like, honestly, somewhat better. Actually, I wouldn't say it's better if both people don't make it, but you at least get the boss arena if you restart from checkpoint at the top.
If both players get here, then you won't have the floor for the vacuum boss because you haven't restarted checkpoint at all.
Okay.
I also wanted to note at the beginning of this, like way at the start, a lot of that stuff that on the way up to the actual like hill, a lot of that stuff doesn't have collision, so you don't have to like jump over the vacuum tube, you don't have to jump over the little wooden ledge. So you'll see like when we cross this terrain here, we just dash through everything.
Oh shit, none of that has collision?
None of that has collision, and then we just usually frog jump up to the wooden panels and then just keep dashing up the hill.
Once you're got one person on the place where the button is and the other person on the place where you'd normally aim for the basket, here May just kind of does a slide jump across, and yeah, you don't have to worry about at the end not having the floor if you guys ended up only having one person there.
Yeah, and if you do only get one person up, they have to jump to where Cody was, and then you'll see the Dr. Hakim in the bottom right when he lands, and then you can restart from checkpoint once you see that.
Right.
So if one player makes it, they need to get over there and then restart from checkpoint.
We can talk about the boss fight really quick. It's not that hard, but I'll just say whoever's fastest at button mashing should be the person aiming. Without a doubt. Because, like Hyper in our video, I caught up to you just because I'm faster.
Yeah.
Okay. The premise is you both will choose whichever side, so left or right, doesn't really matter. You'll go up to like, I'd say like 3/4 between the top, and maybe even a little bit lower than that, and the center circle of the, like where the platform would be.
Yeah.
And you crouch walk downwards. And you have to do it fast. You got to get there fast, or else if any of the barrels land on each other, they'll go away. You should have 10. You should both get 5. As soon as that 5th one lands, whoever's aiming should dash over to go get on top, whatever. And you do it all on one side so that whoever's playing May or Cody, whoever is the one that's sucking up the canisters, only has to go one way or the other.
Not only do they only have to move the mouse one direction or whatever, move the vacuum one direction to pick them up, but they're also like packed closer together so they fire out quicker.
Between that and the next one, I always like to stay on the same side, do single jumps over it, and he hits the ground 7 times. And then when you land, you're gonna just do the same thing, but make sure you don't get hit by the wave, or else you're gonna lose one of them and you need to 3 cycle, and it's basically run killer. If you're doing that, the first couple runs, it doesn't fucking matter. You just go through it. Whoever's faster button mashing, get up there, aim, and you should be able to catch up to the other person unless you're both pretty fast, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say the person who's gonna suck up the little fire things should be to the right, so they're closest to the vacuum. And then the person on the left, who's the button masher, that's gonna aim towards the vacuum boss, should be to the left of whoever's gonna suck on the
Yeah,
thing.
so that's when you're crouch. He's talking about when you're crouch walking.
Yeah.
I also want to note, like, if you, yeah, so the best masher should be on the top aiming it, because the bottom guy can, as soon as you suck up the last 10 canisters, you can just get off and go to your arm like right away. So you get like a few seconds head start mashing on the other guy.
Yeah, you don't even have to wait for it to shoot out the thing. Some
yeah.
people do.
And then another note is, like, if you're the host, you're gonna have, like, you're on your screen, you might tie the person, but on their screen, they beat you by like a second or two. So just keep that in mind if you guys are like arguing about who's the best masher or whatever for some reason. Yeah. Just know that on the person who's not host, they have like a advantage, so it can be kind of like hard to tell.
This is correct. So if it comes down to that, I mean, you guys should probably just go back and forth and see who's better at mashing on either side. If you're actually going that fucking far into it, because there are quite a few points in this game where mashing is extremely important. It'll save a little bit of time.
Oh yeah. At the start of the depths, you're usually behind this little vacuum tube. As soon as you spawn, you want to either dash into a slide through the tube, or you want to sprint and then slide into the tube. That's what we do. I think sprinting is a little bit easier to control. But yeah, you basically want to sprint to the front of the tube and then just hold crouch all the way through. And if you get a good enough slide, you'll make it all the way through the tube, and it saves a lot of time, like multiple seconds for very little work. So that's always something to keep in mind.
And
yes, so that slide jump's optional.
Yeah, we went for the optimal movement. So we slide jumped over, and
You slid jump over where?
The little gap of the water. Normally in runs we would just go on the little Roomba on the water there. But
Is that a hard jump to make?
No, it's not that bad.
But
If one of you die, then it's a run killer.
Yeah. So
it's
just
both
little,
I honestly don't think it's
platforming.
bad. I would do it in runs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You can cuss. I don't give a fuck. Dude. I heard you
just saying.
pause it. Shit.
Yeah, I did because tutorials, and I don't know if we're trying to get some kids involved, dude. You know, they're trying to speed run.
Jamie's probably gonna bleep it out or some shit. He does that every time, so it doesn't matter.
It's the comedic.
The comedic of a fuck. I don't know if you'll it or not, but do. Is this faster? Like, this is faster, right?
I do think this is slightly faster, but it requires you to play faster to make it faster.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, the other strat requires pretty much no skill from you, aside from just aiming and getting lucky with the cycle. This, you actually have to move quickly to make it faster than the other strat. If you're slow and you don't move quickly, this strat's gonna be slower.
Okay.
But
you guys use this in your like the 445?
yes,
Yeah.
I use this. I think I'm committed to this now because I don't know. RNG is always just really not so good in speedruns, and the more you cut out, the better. And the fact that this can be faster and it removes RNG, it pretty much sold it to me.
That's such a skill. So
Yeah.
if you're Hyper and Bytes, then do this. If you're me, do the other one. Okay.
No, you just learn it. It's all good.
I'm kidding.
Just learn it.
By the way, I want to know how many times it took you to just hit all of them, because I feel like my nails always bounce off.
I don't know. I have like a
While recording
bot
this,
that I
or-
stand and stuff.
Okay. So this is the end of Shed.
Yeah. This is the
And-
final level.
Do you do the fucking phase through the wall bullshit?
Yeah, we have it on
When
the video.
When I saw Hyper do that, I was like, "Fuck, dude! Did our run just get cracked?" I thought he was like fucking
He
lagging
thought
or
I was
some
lagging
shit.
because I was just standing there looking back and forth.
This is a fairly new strat that
Yeah.
kind of came up.
Now, would you say that going the up top way here, like this right here, this is definitely better if you know you're not gonna fucking hit the trick, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is with this new strat, like relying on both people to clip through the wall, then make the jump, then get onto the railing is kind of scuffed. Because basically, if one person gets it instantly, then the other person has to also get it instantly, or you start losing time. So with the way we're doing it, if Bytes gets it instantly, I'm already at the end and I don't have to do anything. I don't have to get to a railing, make it to the end before him or anything. I'm already there.
For sure.
So that's why we do it.
This is also how you tell who is the alpha male.
Yes.
The alpha goes in the beta. Well, you see here, he's over in the walk of shame down the dark alley, and then you got this man over here doing some epic shit.
You got mom doing all the work.
Don't worry, that's me. That's me right there.
Someone's got to go up top, dude. All right.
Here's the thing, though. If it was me and Hyper, the rules would be reversed, bro. It'd be way reversed. I would still probably somehow be back in depths while he's over here. I don't know how it would happen, but he'd make it happen.
Yeah, I think since the time we recorded this, I've gotten a lot better at the other strat, so I can actually do it. But I don't know. He was better at it when we first learned it, so.
Okay, and this is the skip part. So we'll go over Cody really quick, because Cody's is really it's pretty much dead simple. You can run up here. I actually didn't know this next part that you do up here.
Oh, the shelf is so much easier.
Yeah, instead of just falling and saving a jump. And it's faster because you can be more confident with your jump.
You don't even have to be fast. Like, if you're looking at Cody's POV right now, I am big chilling, dude. I'm walking. I don't give a I'm just literally walking my ass to the end. Like, look at this. Taking my time, just lining up these jumps. Beta. You don't have anything to rush for. This unless you got some kind of fucking transcendent god on the other side of the screen. You're literally
hacks over here.
There's no way you cannot beat them to the shovel.
Yeah. So if you're worried about doing this, you're garbage. Okay, that's it. You're bad. You shouldn't be running I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Just practice. But if you can't beat them there, I mean, just think about it. Okay. Okay. So no, yeah. You basically just spam looking back and forth until the pop up. You'll see the F pop up for him. He's on keyboard and mouse. Here you can walk up and you can actually. Oh wait, you can grab on that side.
Yeah, that's the easiest way we found.
Oh, I didn't know you could grab on that side.
There's people that go to the farther side.
No, it's hard because you're walking on that tiny ass thing for the long time.
Also, it always throws me off when the camera gives me more priority when he gets to the shovel.
I didn't even notice that.
It gives me more screen.
Wait, did you not hit the save point?
No, you don't have to hit it. So the trigger for the end of Wired Up is under that lamp.
To where he jumps on the rail.
Where I jump on the rail. So that lamp. Yeah, that lamp is the trigger. So you don't have to hit the save or anything. You just have to be under, behind that lamp to
Wait, so hold on. What you just did there seemed faster than jumping the entire bike.
I kind of, when we do that, I would assume Bytes does the same thing I do, and I just kind of do a dash jump off the end of the actual railing, coming up on the bike, and then wherever life takes me, it takes me, and I just I react to wherever I end up. If I end up on the bike, I'll ride the bike.
If I end up talking like he actually goes that way, ever.
Listen, dude, I did that way with Aaron, and my gold is 0.1 slower than my bike.
I know.
Okay, so the way that I do splits right now in every chapter may not be the most efficient way to do it, but it's just a consistent way that I've decided on early on that I've just stuck with, and I think a lot of people are adapting it to the same way just because we have a lot of the records, so they see where we split and they just copy it. I don't think it's the best way to split, but what we do is after you complete a section, I split as soon as the first skippable cutscene appears. So as soon as you're able to push Q on a cutscene after you completed a section, that's when I split.
So depths would be after you're riding on the Roomba into the abyss.
Yeah, so depths has that. Yeah, so depths has that cutscene after you kill the boss where you're falling off the wood and then a hammer hits you in the face or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as a hammer hits you in the face or hits the camera, then the skippable cutscene starts right after that. So that's usually when I split. Oh, we never mentioned in Wired Up the second cutscene or the one after that. You can restart from checkpoint and save 2 seconds or so. Okay, it's not the one immediately after the hammer smack, but the one after that. As soon as it pops up, we usually just hit escape, down arrow, enter.
Yeah.